Welcome to the event. We're really happy that you're here. We're about to go live in just a few moments, but before we lift off, there's a few important things we want to make sure that you're aware of so you get the best possible experience out of this. First of all, the sound current is supremely important to us, the musical experience. So if possible, we really encourage you to use good speakers or headphones to experience the class with. Second, if you have any pre-existing injuries, please take care of yourself, modify as you need to. Don't risk exacerbating an injury because of a yoga exercise. If you have any pre-existing medical conditions and you're not quite sure if this would be good for you, please consult with your primary healthcare practitioner and make sure it's the right thing for you. Also, make yourself relatively comfortable. You can use a cushion, and in fact, we encourage you in our seated positions, meditation practices, to use a cushion. It helps lift the heart up, keep the spine straight, and it's more ideal for the flow of energy in the body and for the meditation experience. You can even be sitting in a chair with feet flat on the floor for those of you that are unable to sit in a meditative sitting posture on the floor. Just use a chair, and for many of the exercises, that will work perfectly fine. And then lastly, if you're having any problems with the video streaming, try refreshing the page, or if you see a gear icon on the video, adjust your resolution. If you're new to this type of thing, just take care of yourself. If there's something that you don't quite understand, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Everything that needs to click will click after a few times of trying it out. Enjoy the experience. We're about to get started in just a moment.
Okay, greetings everyone. Happy Eclipse, happy full moon time. Really nice to be here with everyone. Always grateful to be doing these things. It kind of forces me to be doing things I really want to be doing when an eclipse time is happening. And so when eclipse time is happening, sometimes you can prepare for an eclipse, but the very energy of an eclipse makes it so that even if I'm mindful of it, even if I'm kind of trying to be conscious around it, it usually gets me. It usually comes through some side angle that I'm not expecting or something. Not always, and it's not always bad, by the way, either. Often it's not bad. Often it's bringing some new important change into life that, if we're leaning into it, it makes prosperity for us. Because always the key is, I think, this. Always the true path of one's life is the path of their prosperity, period. And but it's so easy to say that. And what are the true path of our life? Give me a break. How can any of us figure it out, ever? Sometimes we feel like we have it fully figured out. And as soon as we feel like we have it fully figured out, there's something that'll pull the rug up from under us, like an eclipse, for instance. And these are the different phases and the different seasons of our life. And the mind has a tendency to be looking forward to the best season of my life yet to come. But the best season of my life has always been happening, and yet I didn't realize it. So from that perspective, from the perspective of a yogic mind, there's no best season. It's never coming, and it's always been here. It's always present. So from that lens of one's true nature, bests and worsts crumble under that weight. And that's hard to be in. And so this is why so much importance is put onto consistency and some meditation practice to keep the mind in that grander perspective where everything falls into place, and we'll be happier and we'll have a better time actually and have fun. People think you do meditation and all these kind of what seems like austere, challenging practices, and then you get rigid, and of course that's possible, that any sort of discipline can make a person rigid. So there's a difference between having a discipline that gives you like a good container for your life force. So my precious life force, which I only have so much of, and it's going to be gone one day, and I'm going to leave my body, I will die, just like all the rest of us. And in that moment, I'm sure of it, that I will have very clear perception of purpose of life, and what is crucially important and what not so much. Crucially important is to love. But that's so hard to do. It's easy to do when it's easy to do. And it's hard to do when the heart isn't breaking, and shattered, whether it's heartbreak from relationship or heartbreak because can't deal with the horrors that we're witnessing in the world. And the dumb, it's just all so dumb. It's just so idiotic. It's just so stupid, and then you can't make any sense of it, because how can these otherwise seemingly intelligent humans, all of us, not just considering others out there, I'm talking myself as well, otherwise intelligence acts so dumb. But something is so, some things are hard to understand. And then the nice part of yoga practice is not that you stop paying attention to those things. And that's why the start of every practice is always of supreme importance, is arouse bodhicitta, arouse the motivation of heart, love, compassion. And that's not some side virtue over here along with okay, I have courage, I have, what's some other virtues, I have all the different things that I want to, I have prosperity, I have, ambitiousness, or I have all the different things that we might, deem as good qualities to cultivate in life. That compassion is not over there on the side, but it's the central jewel, the central thing through which everything has to pass through in order for it all to work. Understand through compassion or misunderstand the time. Because these things are not rational. Emotions are not rational. And so the stirring emotions in our life, and we're all trying so hard to be happy. And sometimes we're doing well at it, and often, we're doing incredibly well at it, in fact. We know how to have fun. We know how to dance. We know how to be in joy if we really want to, and we really make it a priority in life. So, to have a discipline that gives you good containment for your life force, and then how that life force is divvied up in a certain way. Not like we actually do it, divvy it up, but that's what ends up happening. When the mind can perceive more clearly what is really important and what is less important. Only we can discover this for ourselves. Nobody else can tell us. You can go to the best psychics, you can do all the things, you can take all the medicines, you can open all the doors, and still, at the end of the day, there's always the hard work of figuring the thing out for yourself. Can carve your own wisdom, have that intuitive energy. So that's what this White Swan Kriya is all about, that we're working with during this eclipse, and every day between this eclipse and the next eclipse. So we're doing a 14-day meditation practice with this White Swan Kriya. And then that's leading into the big thing that we're doing is the Art of Living immersion. That is a 5-day thing in early October. And that's where we take this stuff and you go through a substantive amount of time. The thing I love about where I think immersing oneself is essential with these practices. Because otherwise, it's hard to keep a momentum going. It's hard to keep the mind clear. It's like, what is it? That's why. To keep inner confidence very strong. Because inner confidence must be very strong, because there's going to be waves of time where our inner confidence is going to be very much tested. Not like someone or something is out there is testing us, but the experience of it, it will be challenged when all the insecurities show up. And that hurts, insecurity feels tough, it's like we're tender creatures, but we need to be tough, especially us dudes. We've been trained to be tough, so we kind of put the shell over that insecurity, and it's just like, let me build some muscle, And yet, all of us are the most tender of creatures. None of us are exempted from tenderness, thank goodness. That's what makes, to me, the human being so special. That sensitivity, that tenderness. So, that sensitivity and that tenderness without development tends to be very tough. But what is the development of tenderness and sensitivity? It's the development of the intuitive psyche. It's the development of being able to be in nice communion with life itself. To be able to just be with a flower and receive its wisdom. These most sound like fluffy things to, the materialist mind. The materialist mind is like, what a drag, It's really crucial and important in this time in our life that we are being able to look scientifically at these types of things and we can see it. How your emotions are is going to affect your health, definitely. So when the mind is stuck in its more dense nature, it's harder to be happy, period. When one starts to cultivate their subtlety, the intuitive psyche, the meditative psyche also is the blissful psyche. It's a psyche that keeps us connected to the great creativity of our life. It's what keeps us connected on the clarity of the purpose of our life, which almost never are we able to describe with words, like in a paragraph or even a conversation we can have with someone. But the real purpose of our life is beyond any of these ideas. Sometimes in certain seasons of our life, it'll express itself in our 10th house, which is our career, in the work in the world. Sometimes, though, it'll express itself in the 5th house of our children. And sometimes it'll express itself in the 7th house of partnership. And sometimes it'll express itself in the 12th house of going out on my own, being in total isolation, and then seeing if I can commune with the creation herself. Sometimes it'll express itself in the 4th house of your home or your mother. All these different seasons we have in our life. That's what's so beautiful about the astrology. It's like a map of some mystical, poetic map of all of our karmas that we see. Capricorn on the ascendant when this little baby was born. Every baby is born under the stars, There's no one baby in this world that's more precious than some other baby, based on ideas of where they're from or any of these are ridiculous ideas. Life is life. Life is precious, period. There's no exception to that. So, anyhow, our karmas, the different kind of tendencies of our life which need to happen in order so we can experience more and more fulfillment, more and more blossoming and opening and experiencing our true nature. They bubble up through different times when the stars move and the planets move. It's really cool. And so people get stuck if overly materialistic with the mind, hard to understand things like astrology. But if you're into art and creativity and you also like science and you blend the two together, you will like something like this. So that's the idea. Okay, it's yoga practice. Come. What we're going to be doing is some amazing exercises. First, we need to get the chi nice and rhythmic in the body, make the channels open. Make sure you're please sitting on your sit bones. Those of you who need to do these sitting on a chair, feet flat on the floor, no problem. You'll be able to do most of it, okay? So come with your hands on your ankles or shins, or if you're sitting on a chair, hands on your lap, like this. lifting of your sternum, eyes closed down, and bring your attention to your breathing. It's like a sniff in and a sniff out. Don't feel like you need to take the deepest breath, but give your breath a nice light rhythm. We're not in a rush. We don't need to do it too good too quickly. Just try to start to soften into it. If your knees are up, grab a cushion or like a blanket and sit up on it. Perfecto. Keep going, please. Now, bring your mind's awareness to dwell only on the breathing. How can I get my mind to dwell on the breathing? How does your breath feel when you put it in this rhythm? How does it sound? What is your experience of this mysterious breath? When we were born, it comes in. When we die, it goes out. Welcome to the between. Between the first breath and the last breath. Between two eclipses. Oh my mind, dwell on the breath rhythm. And as the mind goes jumping this way and jumping that way, no problem. But the practice of yoga, during the practice, is to not indulge the many stories and narratives that the mind creates. A thought leads into a feeling, into emotion, into desires, into a narrative. All of this motion of the mind is happening, and the yogi is using the concentration of the breath, dharana, concentration of the mind's awareness on the breath rhythm to allow all the jumping, to not suppress it, yet not listen to the stories that it's creating, and every time it starts to do so, back to the breath, please. Deeper the breath. Keep going. Bring your hands to your knees if you're sitting cross-legged. And close your eyes and listen to your breath. And use your breath to open your channels, to circulate the chi, to bring oxygenation into the bloodstream, to purify out the toxins from the tissue layers in your organs. Keep alive. Life is precious. So to take care of the human instrument, the human body, the human mind, is a great pleasure. Keep going back to the ankles. And please, through your nose, deep inhale. Now keep your breath in, yet soften your chest and soften your mind. Be very still just for a moment. Exhale. Muy bueno. So, take your hands here. Sit bones connected, aren't they? Chest is lifted, yes? Shoulder blades release, and then just let it swing. Inhaling, swinging left. Exhale, right. Listening to the breath. Listening to the rhythm. Listening. Escuchando. Yeah, go your own pace. Just let it swing. Let the spine softening. And the channels will open. A supple spine keeps a youthful body and a youthful mind. Feeling the breath, feeling the respiration, feeling the rhythm. To the center, inhale. Suspension of the breath. Lift the pelvic floor, rectal sphincter, sex organ, navel, up and in. Soft heart, soft chest, soft mind. Exhale. You know what I mean? What's so fluffy about it? We're just talking qualities. Soft, supple, yeah? Dry, moist, hard, soft, hot, cold. This is how the yogis have always working with the human being, both in Ayurveda and yoga. Ayurveda, how do you heal? What is the symptom? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it sharp or is it dull? And by understanding and feeling into qualities, you gain great insight. It's quite simple. You can teach it even to children. And very profound and always helpful. That's from the Ayurvedic perspective, which means a healing perspective. From a yogic perspective, means an opening perspective. Means it's more interested in the transformation of the mind for the experience of one's true identity, Satnam. So that's what yoga is really about. And yet it's profoundly healing. So it's all intertwined with each other. It's not like one thing's over here and one thing's over there. It's never how in the ancient times it was. Jyotish, the Vedic astrology, Ayurveda, yoga, they're all limbs off the same tree. They all have the same philosophical backbone, understanding of the elements of the universe and the elements of the human psyche, so that you can practically work with it and become happy, is the idea. Not to join somebody's club, you know? Hands on your knees, and then just let them bounce. Don't try too hard. Inhaling up, exhale, let it release. Softening the upper back, shoulders. Let it bounce. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, release. Namas. Use the breath. Use the rhythm. Go. Close your eyes. Soften the chest. Soften the mind and dwell on the breath rhythm. Don't try so hard, just soften into it. Join in the fun. Squeeze up, inhale. Squeeze out some tensions and release. Bravo. Stretch your legs out wide like a V shape. So we have these preliminary energization exercises. Inhaling center, flex your feet, turn to either side, fold. Inhaling lift, take your time. Turn to the other side, fold. Opening, softening, not trying too hard, but breathing with good depth and good rhythm. So we have these exercises to start to, most importantly, open the channels and center the chi, center the prana life force in the nervous system, central nervous system. Normally it's scattered about. That's why we begin the process of dharana, not indulging the many stories of the mind, and bringing our mind's attention, shifting it to pleasuring the body with kriya practice, with breath, with mantra, with concentration. You don't have to think of it as like fixing the body. How about pleasuring the body? Because that's exactly what it does. And after all, our bodies are looking for pleasure, among other things. The body becomes pleasured really, though, when its vitality is nourished, when its chi is centralized, when its psyche opens up into its creativity, intuitive nature. So in order to do that, you just can't let the mind do whatever it wants. But every once in a while, it's called a sadhana, a yoga practice. It happens once a day. You bring the mind into the command of the chi, not the other way around. The mind's always commanding my chi this way, my mind's always commanding. You flip it. Oh, my mind, follow the breath in this way, follow the prana in this way, and become blissful, become vital, become clear. Bravos. Inhale, center. Exhale, shake your legs out. Come standing, please. Couple just like this. So the blood is circulating. So the lymph is moving. So everything is stimulated. So the body is filled with vitality, and much easier to go into the meditative space. Index finger to your thumb. Other fingers are up. And it's like a yogi's march, like sat, nam, sat, nam. It's inhale up, exhale down. They're inhaling up, exhaling down. Go. Yes, it's like perfect. Nice feel, nice rhythm, nice mood, opening up the armpits where all your lymph nodes are. Keep your immune system intelligent and vital. Get the knees up to hip level, possible. So your blood, pump. Flush out the toxins, oxygenate your bloodstream. On the daily, make the mind nice and clear, crystal-like. Keep compassion in the center of things. Let that be the jewel through which everything shines through. That light. Compassion is tremendous wisdom. It shows us how to interact with things. That resolves challenges without provoking the other polarity. In one moment, it'll give you the strongest of boundaries. In another moment, it will open our heart. With the breath, stretch up, inhale. That's pretty great, everybody. Relax. Then the arms are gonna come out like to the sides, like so. Fingers are firm. Legs are strong. Inhale here and then exhale down in this direction like my friends here in Nevada City are doing. Such a pleasure to be with everyone today. We're here in the Sierra Nevada foothills of Northern California, and coming to you and wherever in the world you are. The moon is eclipsing at this very moment. And we're doing a beautiful job. And our vibe is feeling good, our energy is feeling nice. We've got a beautiful couple weeks of ahead, probably not easy, but we're up for it, We're up for lean in. Lean in to opening, lean in to learning, Lean into getting stronger. Challenges can get us stronger. Makes our life better, puts us in the clear, prosperous path. But the mind is always wanting to run away from the challenge. Lean into the challenge when the challenge arises. And we do so with wisdom. Where does this wisdom come from? Your own being. And the beingness of the universe, of this creation that somehow mysteriously we're all a part of. An interwoven fabric of life. Beyond conceptions of space and time. Inhale out. Fingers firm, legs strong. Exhale, release. Good job. Come sitting. Maybe have a little sip of water, not too much. Okay? We're about to move into 2 kriyas. First, one of my very favorites I've been practicing on and off for over 20 years, and then followed by the White Swan meditation. Meditation of the White Swan. Okay, so these 2 kriyas we're doing in Life Force Academy every day for the next 14 days, starting today. Today, day 1, all the way, and then 14 days till the 20th September. 21st is the equinox, day of equal light, and the solar eclipse on the same day. Then we're going to have a big one of these on that day to kind of tie it all up together. So these are the 2 kriyas. But first, a couple pranayam to get us in the mood. Index finger to the thumb like this. O-shaped mouth. Now check it. Easy. Don't go heavy and hard. But go deep because it comes down here from your navel. Think of it as your diaphragm. And make your exhale, inhale of equal strength. People hear the wind against the mic, then they start going, not just. Close your eyes and meditate on that breath and its rhythm and its feel. Now through your mouth, inhale. Now lift your pelvic floor, rectal sphincter, sex organ, navel point, and squeeze the muscles along your spine deeply. And through the mouth, exhale. Bravo. Take your arms, please, like this. Inhale. And shake them a little, just kind of softening up. Shaking out the tension, distributing the energies, loosening up. Okay? Namas, this time palms facing forward, index finger to your thumb. Wisdom seal, Jnana Mudra. Index Jupiter finger, Jupiter Guru. Jnana Mudra, wisdom seal, like this. Chest lifted, shoulders down. Close your eyes. O-shaped mouth, same. Pucker your lips into an O, but make the breath come from down at the diaphragm. Now listen to the breath. What is your mind doing? Curious. Is it going, oh my God, this is awesome? Is it going, ugh? What's it doing? Who cares? Don't worry about it. Don't indulge any of the stories, the goods or the bads. But every time you notice that your mind, your awareness is following the mind stories, the thought stories, say, bueno, glad I realized it, now back to my breath. And every time you go back to your breath, the prana concentrates in your central channel a little more. And your mind starts to build a vital energy like that. So every time you recognize that the mind is following other things, that's a good thing. You recognize it, and then you get the opportunity to bring it back, and the chi concentrates a little more till eventually, boom, shunya, 0 point. The wrestling match is over, and the bliss begins. With the rhythm, go. Inhale, O-shaped mouth. Suspension of your breath, soft heart, soft mind. Exhale. Okay, relax. Check it. Raise your arms up and just shake them a little. Communicating to the body, everything's all right. Actually, it is. No matter how terrifying things become, eventually and ultimately, everything is all right. Okay? So, here's this Kriya. 3 exercises use all the same breath. Similar to what we're doing, different. O-shaped mouth, but it comes more from your chest and your diaphragm. So, it's hard to do at first because you have to try to bring it down here. But as the Kriya goes along, you'll be able to do it even more until where it's like, ooh, that's nice. At first, it's like annoying. Nah, I don't like this one. Keep going. And just down here. It doesn't have to be aggressive, but you might give it a little something at first to kind of open it up, but then try not to keep practicing aggressively. Try to get into smooth rhythm. Otherwise, eventually inflammation is coming. With anything, how we exercise, how we live, how we conversate, aggressive inflammation is coming. It's coming right back at you. Might start inside you, then it's coming back at you. Life, physics. Okay, got the breath? Perfecto. You'll get it by the end, no worries. But try to make your diaphragm. All of these exercises, the energy comes from right here. Navel point below my belly button is the power center. All the 72,000 channels of chi, life force, originating here, coming out to the fingers, to the toes, to the brain, through the chakras, etc. So here, all the pivot movement. Now, first exercise. It's like this. So the hands do this. So they close into fists, then they open. Try to get down here, come on. Anytime anything is feeling overwhelming, just relax, rest, but try to keep your mind on your breath, feeling all right. Let your body and mind be nourished, even if you have to disengage the Kriya. Also, if you're in the Kriya, let your body and mind be nourished by deep rhythm. Put your diaphragm in the rhythm. Beautiful. Eyes closed, or if you know, tip of the nose. Go. With the diaphragm. 20 seconds, please. Give the mind a point of concentration and dwell there. Use some energy, use your will to concentrate your mind's energy for a short amount of time. Through the O-shaped mouth, deep inhale. Make your hands fists. Lift up your pelvic floor. Draw your abdomen under your belly button, up and in. Now squeeze the muscles along your spine and your fist tight. Like a cannon through your mouth, exhale. Dos más. Fists tight. Pelvic floor lift. Navel in. Squeeze the spinal muscles like you distribute the energy. Exhale. Last one, deep inhale. Concentrate the mind. Lift the pelvic floor. Draw your navel, spine, fists. Exhale. Slowly relax. Very nice, no? You shake your arms out a little. Okay, so check this out. The whole power of this movement comes from here. Not from my arms, not from up here. Lead with the heel of the palm, and like a martial artist would, you come from here and you strike like this. But the energy comes from here, so it almost becomes more effortless from down here. So it's like here, okay? And it swings. Go. Lead with the heel of your palm. The breath is down in the diaphragm. Take it down lower. And fortify your domain. Eclipses are good for out with the old. That which is no longer serving, particularly our inner dispositions that we're allowing to hang around that we already know are kind of lousy. So bypass the rationale. Don't get stuck in the emotional turbulence. Go right into your Shakti and move and breathe and merge into a rhythm and uplift yourself and clear the path and open your life. With the rhythm. Try to make your fingers open and firm. Come on. Seconds. Beautiful. Go. Your hands like lion's claws and tighten them. Exhale. Switch it. Fingers tight like steel. Pelvic floor. Mulaban lift. Exhale. Switch. Squeeze. Exhale. Okay, beautiful people, relax. One more exercise, then you're gonna have a couple minutes total relax on your back. Final one, same breath. Hands are out like so. This is my favorite. Fingers not tight, yet not touching. Elbows bent. It's not about speed, it's about feel. It's about swing. It's about opening. It's about rhythm. It's about depth. Opening the heart prana. You have 30 seconds of full concentration. Why not? Do something. Into the rhythm, go. You can move your own energy. You can move the energy of your life. Inhale, fingers tight, lift the pelvic floor, squeeze the spine. Exhale. Now inhale through your O-shaped mouth. Pelvic floor lifted up. Now stretch your tongue out to its maximum. Open your fingers and tighten them so tight that they shake. Stretch your tongue out, tighter. Stretch it. Exhale. Last one. Tongue all the way out, stretch it. Lift the pelvic floor, fingers so tight they're shaking. Squeeze your spine. Relax. Please, my friends, very important, relax onto your backs. Just for 2 minutes, please, relax onto your backs. move your fingers and please move your toes. Rotating your wrists, rotating your ankles. Make a friction with the hands, rub the palms together. And friction with the feet, rub the soles together. Briskly. And then please take your time, cat stretch to each side. And then hug the knees into your chest. Holding your mind in the center space. Rock and rolling on the spine a couple times to come up into the meditative position. Hansani Kriya, meditation of the white swan. The white swan is working very hard underneath the water and perfectly regal, graceful on the surface. Yeah? But the swan, mythologically, in the Indian myths, it can drink when the milk and water is mixed together. It can drink only the milk out, and it's a symbol. It's a symbol of wisdom. It's a symbol of like a supreme truth, though. That's why some of the great saints in India they call Paramahansa, the great swan. Paramahansa Yogananda, Paramahansa, Ramakrishna, etc. It's a great title. It's like a reverence. The white swan. It's the meditative mind. It's Jupiter. So when Jupiter is very well placed in what they call Mahapurusha Yoga in Vedic astrology, you would say you have a Jupiter in kind of like its strongest positions, where it thrives the most in that person. The person with that, they just have Jupiter kind of emitting from them. They call that Hamsa Yoga. So this is the Hansani meditation or Kriya to open up the prosperous psyche, which is the intuitive psyche, the creative psyche. People hear prosperous immediately start thinking money. As long as that's the thought, the money is going to be, a problem, whether there's a lot of it or a little of it. So a lot of money can be the worst of problems. A little bit of no money can be the worst of problems. So, shifting the disposition into purposefulness. How do I help? How am I helpful? How can I add something good? How can I be of service to life? How can I be creative? How can we make a little more smile? How can we make a little more healing? How can we make a little more warmth? How can we make a little bit more happy? Yeah, so if I'm going to be able to help in that way, I have to have some happy myself. Otherwise, what am I doing? So first things first, one has to develop inner happiness. Okay, for prosperity, for real prosperity. Lots of money can happen without happiness. We know that to be true. We're not talking money, we're talking prosperous. Okay, so this meditation, it's very challenging, but anyone can do it. With a little practice, you get better and better. And this is meditation we're doing starting now in the eclipse and moving into the next eclipse. The Hansani, meditation of the white swan. So you take your 4 fingers and you curl them in. So the pads of my fingertips tuck into the pads of my palms. Then the thumb tips come together and they press. So like 2 white swans bowing their foreheads to each other. See? You got the visualization. Now here's the thing. Sit bones. Chest lifted, shoulders drop. You're going to be like, No, don't try not to do that. Try to take the tension up here and put it down by lifting a little bit through your pelvic floor and drop your shoulder blades. Chest out. See the 2 white swans with the mudra. See the shape of your mudra with your eyes open. And then close your eyes and see it through the closed eyes. Make your breath beginning long, slow, and deep through the nose. Make the breath very deep It's not automatic passive breathing. It's conscious breathing. And you may find it very easy to see the swans. You may find it almost like, what? Impossible. Don't worry. Don't try too hard. Feel the idea of the two swans if that's what you can do, and concentrate on your breath. But your two anchor points for your mind in this Kriya are very simple. As the mind goes jumping, anchor into numero uno, your breath. More difficult the experience, more deeper the breathing. But not letting the mind freak out. Keep the mind anchored into a life force breath. A breath with an awareness of the real living life force. Anchor numero dos, the white swan. Holding it at the height of the third eye point, the height of the brow. Maybe you will peek your eyes open once again to see the shape, then close them and to see the two white swans bowing on their foreheads. Majestic feel, regal feel, glorious feel, mysterious feel, mystical feel. Breathe, meditate on those two anchors. White swan. In this moment of our life, we open. How beautiful they must be, these ethereal swans. How deep the breath must be, to commune in such a way, to create in such a way. And 5 minutes to go, beautiful friends. And that may very well challenge you, but you've got this. Stay as steady as possible. Use the breath, use the visions, and stay the course. As you continue, you'll reach a stage where the hands and the arms become light. The body relaxes, and the upper body feels supported. In the meantime, breathe. nervous system recalibrates, but you have to go through it. The meditative psyche opens, and the rest has no words. The white swans breathe. "30 seconds. Please hold the posture perfectly still and exhale. And through your nose, deepest inhalation. Eyes are closed. See the two white swans. Be perfectly still. Hold the position, please, through your nose. Exhale. Deep inhale. Perfectly still. See the two white swans radiating. Exhale. And this living energy of your prosperity emanating as the white swans inhale deeply. See them so beautifully luminous. Release the hands down. Keep your eyes closed. Not moving on. Feel. Keep your body perfectly still. Allow the breath to move. Meditatively relaxed. And then bring into your mind's feeling, your mind's field of awareness, your wish for your life, in this very season of your life. And vibrate that wish. From your heart into the field of consciousness, energy. Love. And then we can bring in the whole field of sentience into our good wishes. A field of sentience, the web of living beings, the web of feeling creatures, feeling beings. And becoming aware of that, we can feel the innate wish of love, the innate wish to not suffer. And because we can feel it innately, we can feel it genuinely as our wish for all life, living beings, starting with ourselves, extending to our loved ones, and even to our adversaries, and all the way into a field of sentience. Bueno. Inhale. Exhale. Take your arms out like this. And just shake a little. Distribute the energy. Come very much into your body, where all the action happens. Good job, everyone. I think we did this eclipse really beautifully. Thank you, everyone who joined in. And today was day one. So this is, if you're new to Life Force Academy for, I don't know, over a decade now, we've been doing different types of meditation challenges. Sometimes they're 40 days, sometimes they're 14 days. But the idea is that it takes a kind of disciplined consistency around meditation practice in order to generate what you're trying to do with meditation practice, enough energy to transform the mind truly. And so it's an amazing experience. Because if you're doing something every day, and we make them very like bite-sized, because I'm of the mindset that small amounts of practice done consistently far exceeds in benefit bigger amounts done inconsistently. And so that's where Life Force Academy was born. The membership of Life Force Academy, the global membership that we have, was born because of that. To how do you give something to make it easy to do this stuff regularly that also works, and that's also fun, and that's also inspiring. So this was day one. And day two is going to be a great day in the Life Force Academy. So here's how it works. Every morning, I don't remember when, I think it's 8 a.m. Pacific time. there's someone from our team. Sometimes I'll be there, maybe, we'll see. But someone awesome will be there from our team who will be leading, and mostly it's awesome people from all over. And these are great. Lots of people jump in for these. So if you want to do it like as a team, as a group, as a collective, 8 a.m. California time, that happens every day during the 14 days. And we have amazing folks on our team, and we have amazing people all over the place that do this, and often there's little hangouts afterwards. So if that's the type of thing you're craving and want to do, then that's a beautiful option. But really, what anyone can do at any time is you go into the Life Force Academy. We created a practice video. It's much more tight than your experience today. Today we're enjoying the eclipse. This is experience, like it'll push play, it's going to take you right through the practice. You do that once a day for the 14 days. But what's fun about day 2 is also 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow we'll be doing also this practice together. This will be the one evening that we'll be doing this practice all together. So that's because every Monday we have a new live class in the Life Force Academy. All these things you can do live, you can do them on demand, because we have people in 120 countries plus now, so people on all different time zones. But we're here in California, so Monday evening that'll happen. For the rest of you, it'll be available all week long. And these are cool. And the nice thing about the little longer classes, like a 90-minute class, is because to really like get inside the stuff, it's a little bit of learn a little more. It's a little bit understand the bigger context of what we're working with. How do you work with not only the science, but how do you work with the art? And you do those then when you're going in and you're doing just the practice itself, which most of the time this is what we're doing. We're just doing some practice on a regular basis for a period of time in order to see if we can create a result. And so it's experientially based. There's nothing that it's either like obviously helpful or not. And so I want to just invite any of you who are not already members of the Life Force Academy, check it out. It's $1 to try it for 14 days. So you could do this whole meditation challenge in your trial. But the reason why we offer that, because caveat, you're going to get in there, it's going to be a vibe, you're going to like it, and you're not going to want to stop. So it's a beautiful practice, a beautiful thing, and we're going to be doing this all week and all the way until the next eclipse. And then on the equinox and the 21st, we'll be right here again, around the same time, during the solar eclipse, doing this. And that leads us, at Life Force Academy, all things are pointing towards October 8th. Through October 12th, where many of us are going to be traveling to Boone, North Carolina, in the Appalachians of the southeast United States, some of the oldest mountains in the world, not very far from where I grew up. And this is an incredible place called the Art of Living, and it's in the mountains of Boone in October and autumn. And it's an incredible facility built with all the Vedic principles for centers for meditation, and they have amazing Ayurvedic cuisine. It's especially if you're in the U.S., you have the wherewithal to travel to this thing. It's not very far for a really cool experience. And Life Force Academy, the best thing by far we do, period, is our immersions. And all of these other things we do in between are kind of like born out of these immersions. All the music you hear from us are created because these live musicians will be there at our immersions, and it's 4.5 days of really deep practice into this. And by the way, if you could do this, what we just did, you can do that. If this was the first time you've ever practiced with us and you're still sitting here, you can also do the immersion. It just meets you where you're at. You're going to meet the most amazing people there. You're going to make friends that you'll have for the rest of your life. It's warm, it's cozy, it's not a like stiff vibe at all. It's so fun. So anyone who has the wherewithal to actually drive or get on an airplane and come to North Carolina with us, October 8th, that begins. We'll send you all the info. The vast majority of people will be doing it from our virtual broadcast, and our virtual broadcasts are beautiful. They're very, like you see here. And so it will be a global immersion. Everyone will be doing it around the world as well. But right now, the nice thing about Boone is this Art of Living facility is a big facility. It can hold a lot of people. So normally we have to cut it at like 100, most all of our immersions. This one has more room, so feel free to take a adventure if you're feeling it and you have the possibility to do so. So I wanted to share all of that with everyone and invite you personally to have an experience you'll never, ever forget. And but congrats on day one. We did it. Good job. And here we go. If you want to be a part of the 14-day meditation challenge that starts now and you're not already a member, super easy to join. You have any questions, our team is super helpful. Oh, and by the way, last thing, there's a Zoom link on your page, and I'm going to jump on there. If anybody has any questions, we're going to hang out over there for a little bit for those of you who are here live. Okay, happy full moon, everyone. Happy eclipse. Thanks so much for being here. See you soon. Adios. Cool. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for coming.
Every so often in our lives, there does come a time, a moment arises, where we have an opportunity to really do something extraordinary. There is such an opportunity that I think for many of you, you will find this to be, if you jump in, something you'll never ever forget, something that transforms life in such a magnificently wonderful way, and yet it's real, it's practical, it's not fluffy, it's not something far out, it's for the everyday person, everyday human. But those of us who are really committed in our life to living well, to living with a sense of purpose, there's things that need to go, old ways, old patterns, even in our own mind, our own ways of doing things that we already know need to be transformed so we can truly be happy and truly be healthy and live with more joy. And so this is an opportunity happening this October in the mountains of Boone, North Carolina, these incredible Appalachians, in the autumn at the amazing Art of Living Retreat Center. This is not a typical retreat center. This is an incredible place that is built for exactly this type of thing, for us to go into great meditation experiences, yogic practices, but eat the most wonderful food together, to enjoy some of the most extraordinary music, and all of this blends into this one transformational experience that we call the Life Force Academy Immersion. It's short enough that if you really want to come to this, it's not that difficult to fit it into the schedule. Yet it's long enough that over just a matter of a few days, we can deliver true, substantive, life-changing, life-uplifting transformation. We've been doing these for over a decade. They're magical. They're a little bit of hard work, as all good things do require a little bit of hard work. Anything that's going to actually stay, anything that's going to be substantive enough. And yet, when you leave, and every person pretty much over a decade of doing these multiple times a year will agree, the main thing is it's fun. And you feel so good. And at first it's like, I'm not quite sure, but by the middle of it, it's like, I never want this to end. It's so good. And so if you want to do something in your life right now that's so good in that type of a way, that builds your vitality, that builds your clarity, that builds your self-confidence, that builds your intuition, join us at the Art of Living Retreat this October for the Life Force Academy Immersion, the first Life Force Academy Immersion we're doing at this extraordinary retreat center. So we couldn't be more excited. I want to personally invite you to this event, to come in, to experience this in person, and to do something that I believe you will never ever forget. Tap through to learn more, to read all about it, to see what's involved. This is for anyone. You don't even need to have previous experience with the Kundalini yoga practices or with all the other different Ayurveda
This is for anyone. If you're feeling the call to join in, I want to encourage you to follow that call. We would love to have you there. We would love to welcome you there for the Life Force Academy immersion at the Art of Living Retreat Center this October, Boone, North Carolina. But what we can do in several days is we can create a substantive momentum for ourselves. We can really plug into the source of our happiness and confidence and creativity, and we can gain good perspective on our lives to take our baby steps.
Kundalini has really helped me cultivate the energy to stay focused and present, and to help move blockages.
Doing it online is kind of almost doing it in present. It's like really, you get the same exactly benefits.
And even at home, you do really feel part of the community, you know? Like I really felt like this was my new family.
My first online session, the shift in my thinking, in my attitude, the increased happiness, it's like nothing else that I've ever done online. Nothing else.
Of course, the voice of Simrit and the entire band, the sound current just moves through you.
Just the general teachings of Jaidev and his humor, his love, his kindness, his wisdom, his insight, like all of it is just such an incredible blend.
If we can create a little bit of time to not only do good exercises, center our life force, but to also arouse our wish for real happiness and the conditions of happiness, which means that I'm wishing for you to have real happiness in the conditions of happiness. Everybody wants happiness, so all it's really promoting is happiness through happiness training.